Tom comes over to us in causes, right? You know, sometimes we do believe that he kills, and he gives us a recitation. So give him a round of applause. Tom Breen, one of your own from Ashley direction. Come on, Tom, from Bale, I suppose you say. Come on, Tom, don't be shy now. Here we go, Tom Breen. Your own choice, Tom.
'Twas in Croke Park in Dublin. I was on the Hogan stand to watch the semi-final of the football show so grand. John Mahon and his banner men served up some glorious play, but they failed to conquer Dublin, who went on to win the day. And as the crowd in thousands filed out onto the street, I saw an old grey-haired man remaining in his seat. And as I passed beside him, I could see to my surprise that as he gazed around the park, the tears dwelt in his eyes. I sat down right beside him and I asked if he was well. The old man shrugged his shoulders and then began to tell how memories come flooding back when I see such great displays. I can picture many former stars who excelled in other days. For more than 50 golden years I have gone to many games. I remember famous matches and the legendary names. And I thank the Lord that spared me and kept me in his care to see this semi-final between the Dublin men and Clare. I was here in the 40s when Roscommon, bold and true, were led by Jimmy Murray in their saffron and their blue. They played the mighty kingdom, and they matched them man for man. I remember Geg O'Connor, Paddy Bawn and Joe Cahan. I was here in 1945 when the Cockpin came and won, with Jack Lynch, Wishy Murphy, Jimmy Cronin and Eamon Young. In 47 and 48 it was the Cavan men, who were led by John Joe, Simon Dignan, Mick Higgins, the Gunnar Brady and Donohoe. I was here in 1951 when Mayo defeated Meath, and with the tension and excitement, sure a man could hardly breathe. It was the era of the great full-backs, and none greater could you find than the fearless Paddy Prendergast or Paddy Hans O'Brien. Sean Flanagan was brilliant, Paddy Carney was supreme, and who couldn't stop Tom Langan when he donned the red and green. Paddy Meagher was a flyer, Frankie Barden, oh what a chap, and the man who took some watching was McDermott with the cap. Perhaps the greatest influence in a football game I knew was the 50s famous football team, the Dublin Boys in Blue, yet the Kerry men could match them, and were never known to yield when the mighty Mick O'Connell reigned supreme at centre field. With Sean Murphy, Kevin Coffey and O'Dwyer firmly set, and with Johnny Cullity in the goals, 'twas hard to find that net. The 57 winners were the Loutmen, brave and fine, and the captain of the champions was a clubman called O'Brien. September 1960 saw the Kingdom lose their crown. They were beaten well on double scores by the famous men from Down. 'Twas a goal from James McCartan set the Down men's hearts on fire, and when it went across the border, 'twas a first for Sam Maguire. The next year it was Offaly with Mick Casey and Greg Hughes and Captain Willie Nolan. What excitement they induced. But the Down men won it by a point, and the champions did remain, and over 90,000 people were there to see that game. The Galway of the 50s was the team that I knew best. Jack Mahon, Mick Greeley, Frankie Stockwell and the rest. But the greatest football genius I have ever seen by far, yes, it has to be Sean Purcell, that magnificent tomb star. The Galway of the 60s were a treat to all their fans. The Donnellans, the Keenans, Sinead Tierney had great hands. But if you ask me the greatest team, I'd really have to say, yes, it was Kerry in the 80s with Pat Spillane and Jack O'Shea. It is strange, the old man said, how all these memories last. I remember 50 years ago and forget the recent past. But I'm thinking of the other greats, real heroes in their day, who never won a title after years of brilliant play. P.T. Tracy from Fermanagh, Lady Devlin from Tyrone, that stalwart Frank McGuigan, and the brilliant Iggy Jones, Bill Gutterson from Wexford, Bill McCallie from Armagh, and the fair-haired Willie Casey from the town of Ballina. Roscommon had O'Malley, what a credit to the game, and then came Dermot Early, another famous name. Sligo had their heroes in Mickey Kearns and Naze O'Dowd, and in Wicklow, Jerry O'Reilly and Jim Rogers did him proud. I remember Andy Phillips, who never dropped the ball, and the mighty Neil Gallagher, the pride of Donegal. Bill Delaney and his brothers were leashmen of renown, and that wonder by Tommy Murphy from old Great Cullen Town. I remember famous Lily White, Pa Connolly and Tom Carew. I remember Ollie Crenigan, he was a good one too. Kevin's Charlie Gallagher and Nick Carley from Westmeath. You had Nudie Hughes from Monaghan, who had power, skill and speed. And let's not forget the Leitrim men, and that stalwart Carl Flynn, and to the likes of Pack and McGatty we may never see again. Longford's Brendan Barton and Derry's Jimmy Keever were men who knew no fear, that never got their hand on Sam, though they starved for many a year. The crowd had now departed, and we both got up to go. The old man took me by the hand, and he said, "I'm sure you know, there's one I haven't mentioned yet. He's the greatest of the Gael. No words can do him justice. Superlatives all fail. His majestic contribution to the games we love so dear since August 1938 we acknowledge and revere. He brought the atmosphere into our homes. His talent was so rare. He's that great, great commentator, our beloved Micheál O'Hare."
Well done to Tom there. How did he remember all the names, lads? I was just thinking myself.